Hello, buddies. If you are still in the shoe that I was, struggling to get it right on making my own Agidi Jollof, this video is for you. I want you to just relax and watch this video to the end. There are some things that these people that make this Agidi, they don't tell us. So I'm going to tell you everything in this video so that in the next time you want to make your own Agidi, it's going to be super easy for you, no struggle. So join me, let me show you how you can make your own Agidi Jollof from scratch without any hassle. So the first thing you need to do is to get your dry corn and then you wash it and put it in a pot. Let it boil for like 30 minutes, okay? Let it boil for 30 minutes. Don't soak it overnight or anything. Just boil it for like 30 minutes after washing it. Then you go ahead, use little water and blend it. Don't blend it with too much water, okay? If you don't have a blender, take it to where they are grinding it. Let them grind it for you. So after grinding it, you go ahead and sieve it just the way you sieve for pap, okay? You use your cheese cloth or your net sieve to sieve it. So I don't have the cheese cloth, so I use this my net sieve to sieve it, okay? So you sieve it with some water. This is the chaff or the leftover that I had, and then this is the water. You're going to keep the water for like 1 hour, 2 hours, or even 3 hours, depending. So I think I left my own up to like 4 hours so that the starch will settle at the bottom of the bowl while the water will be at the top, okay? Then next thing is to decant the water. Gradually, gently decant the water, okay? Remove the water from the starch and then you keep it aside. Okay, now go ahead and make your stew. For this stew or your sauce, you need some vegetable oil, you need some onions, you need your curry powder, you need your seasoning. You can use any seasoning of your choice. I use chicken seasoning. You also add your stew seasoning, add in your ginger, onion, garlic. You can just use any seasoning of your choice anyways. Then you add the patty jollof tomato paste, okay? Or you can just the normal way you make your stew, okay? But make sure that you add the oil is going to be a little bit more in the stew, you understand, because you need to add a little bit of that oil in your agidi, you understand. So you add in some water, then add in some blended fresh pepper. You stir everything together and you're going to allow this to cook for some time. Then you go in with your brisket bones. Honestly, you need brisket bone for a very delicious agidi. Don't just make your agidi like that without brisket bones. And whenever you are buying brisket bones, make sure that you buy the ones that has fat, the ones that have fat. Yes, the fatty ones, those ones that have what we call it omi. So once you put your brisket, but you're going to cover this for like some minutes. Let your stew boil. So once your stew is ready, you see that your stew has thickened and the oil settles at the top. You keep that aside. Now go ahead, get that starch that you've gotten. Then you pour it in your pot. Just raise your bowl. Add in the water. Please, while stirring this, stir it on low heat. On low heat, not medium heat, not high heat, on low heat, and make sure you stir continuously so that it will not be lumpy. Okay, so once it thickens like this, add little water, just add little water and stir it the more. Okay, now at this point you're going to cover it because it has not cooked. You have to cover it for some minutes or thereabout, and then you stir it again. Okay, now once you see that it is thickening up, you're going to do the water test. Put this in the water, okay? Get a plate of water, scoop a little bit of this pap in the water, and then check. If it settles at the top of the water, take it and then try to touch it on your hands. If it scatters just like you see in this video, it has not set. It has not set. If it is still soft like that, it has not set. You're going to still cover it again and let it cook for some minutes again. So after this second time, or depending on whether the second or third time, until the time it sets like this now, just like you are seeing it here, until the time it's set like this, it doesn't scatter again, it doesn't spread again like it was in the first time, it is set. This is the right time to add your stew. Now when you're adding your stew or your sauce, First add the thick part of your stew, those thick part, then add a little bit of the oil or the top part of your stew and mix it. And one thing I want to tell you, please, the stew or the sauce you want to use for your jollof agidi must be delicious. Like, you have to spice it well, because you don't need to add too much of the stew in your agidi, so you need to spice it well, so even a little of it you have added is going to bloom up the taste of your agidi jollof. Okay, so once you have added the stew and stir, then you can transfer this in your oma leaf, that is the green agidi leaf. But if you don't have, just do what I did here. Transfer it in your leather, add your brisket bone, tie it and keep it aside. For this can stay for like up to 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours to set. But if you want it to set quickly, just drop it or dump it inside water. That is, if you put it in leather, you can just dump it inside water. It will cool down completely faster. But if you're using the oma leaf, just keep it aside for like up to like 2 hours to 3 hours and it will set. Like, you're going to enjoy your agidi, no hassle.